All for making time tonight and finding some time to get onto your mat for your practice. We will start today seated. We're going to do a little bit of breath work, pranayama. This is an all levels vinyasa flow. So if you have it in your practice to kind of freestyle, make it your own, I empower you to do that. If staying with my instruction or leveling down to a space of comfort is better for you, then of course, please do that. But either way, just connecting into breath and letting all of the distractions go. So comfortable seat, nice, easy, cross-legged space. If you have a block or a blanket, you can slide that underneath you. Anything to just allow your spine to get a little bit more lift. And then just take your palms and place them on your knees, either up or down, doesn't really matter. Palms up for a gesture of receiving. It is a full moon, a super moon. So if you're feeling that lunar energy, palms down for a bit of grounding. But if you want to absorb all of the powers, the relationship building, the balancing powers of this Libra supermoon, then palms up. And just close your eyes and notice the soft sounds around you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And just listen to the soft exhale. Taking tongue to the roof of mouth, breathe in. Separate the lips, release the tongue, breath out. One more cleansing breath. Inhale, fill up. And open mouth, release. We'll take our left hand onto our belly, our navel point, maybe below or right at the belly button. And take your right hand, index finger, middle finger, onto your third eye center, your point of intuition. Coming into alternate nostril breath. Your right thumb will press against your nostril. Your index, or your ring finger rather, will float along your other nostril. And you'll just begin to breathe in and out. So we'll start by pressing the ring finger into the left side. Take a deep breath in through your right side nostril. Close off with the thumb, hold at the top. Release the left side, exhale. Breathe in through the left nostril. Close nostril off, find a pause. Release your thumb, exhale. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Complete 3 more rounds. Observing some length. The ability to suspend or hold your breath. Last breath in. Pause. Slowest breath out. Both hands to your heart. Noticing the shift that you've already created within you. That subtle change of energy. Reach both arms up overhead on inhale. And let your fingers float down by your sides on exhale. Good, one more time. Flip your palms, arms overhead, breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart, breath out. I invite you to keep your eyes closed here. Setting intention for your practice. Making a commitment for yourself. Or setting it out into someone that might need it a little bit more than you. We'll come into cat and cow. Come onto hands and knees. I'm going to pop my ear pods in and start that playlist. So if you'd like to follow along. If I can get them out. There we go. Oh, I need this one. So we're going to be connecting into Afternoon Spirits as the first song, if that's what you'd like to play. And just have it at a low, medium volume. And just begin to find movement through the spine, softening as you lift into your cow. And pressing through your hands, rounding your spine to your cat. Creating as much space as you can through the heart as you breathe in. Tucking chin into chest, rounding the spine, your breath out. 2 more rounds. Press through your shins, lift your heart. Inhale. And press to round, cat spine. Neutral, tabletop pose. Turn your back toes under, lift your knees 1 inch to hover, and extend back into your down dog. So we'll start to create some connection between our breath and our body. And start by pedaling your feet side to side. And shaking your head, yes and no, letting any tension from the upper back go. And roll forward, find your high plank. See if you can lift up onto your toes. Keep your chin into your chest as you make your way, shoulders over wrists. And then soften your knees to the earth right below your hips. Untuck your toes, drop your belly, lift your heart. Inhale, find a cow. Child's pose, hips to heels as you soften down. Tabletop, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in, roll forward, high plank. And exhale, knees to the earth, tabletop. Drop your belly, lift your heart. And hips to heels for your child's. We'll take that one more time. Inhale, table. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Open mouth. Roll forward to your high plank. This time, soften your knees down. You can hold it there in a hover if you'd like. Drop your belly, lift your heart, find that floating cow. And as you exhale, drop your knees, press back into your child's. Tabletop, in breath. And downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Another opportunity to shift your hips side to side. Shake your head or wag your tail. Extend your right leg to the sky on inhale. And step your right foot outside of your right hand, so towards your pinky toes. Soften your left knee down, and just allow your right hand to come on inside of that right knee, coming into a lifted lizard. So your hips are low, but your heart is high. And maybe your gaze sends over your right shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Heel toe your right foot back into your midline. Keep your left hand planted, lift your left knee from the ground and reach your right arm up to the sky. So a nice lifted variation of that lizard pose. You might soften the right knee out again, coming onto the outer edge of the foot and spinning the heart open. Take a deep breath here. Both hands surround your front foot. Straighten your right knee and allow your left leg to lift, coming into supported warrior 3. So the left toes are dialed down towards the floor. You want that back leg to be as straight as you can. Heart is reaching out in front of you. Keep pressing through the heel, micro bend into your front leg. Step it back, reach up into your high crescent pose, both arms reach up. Good. Soften your back knee down, just do a hover, and then press left heel away, find your high crescent. We'll do that 2 more times. Soften the left knee right below the hip, and press it back. Arms are still reaching, 1 more lower, and exhale, press. Soften your left heel down, open up, find your warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, backhand softens, front arm reaches high. Let your side body get a stretch. You might reach around and find that half bind. And exhale, cartwheel your hands back down. Left hand stays down, right arm reaches back up, find that nice twisted crescent. Soften your left heel down, heel toe your right foot, modified Vashisthasana. So here we're going to take it down into a stretch, or a seated stretch. So lower your back hip down, turn yourself towards the back of the room, and your right foot should be crossed over your left leg. You're facing behind you. I want you to root through your seat, lift up through your heart, and then take your left elbow outside of or around your right knee as you twist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good, coming back through center. Place your right hand back behind your hip, or left hand behind your hip. Pressing yourself back up into your lounging lizard. Step your right foot forward. Both hands surround your front foot. And you step into your forward fold at the top of the mat. Option for a standing split, allowing your left leg to reach towards the sky before you fold. Halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press through your feet, reverse to rise, breathe the sweep all the way up. And exhale, press your palms away, swan dive. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back. Option to lower down halfway. Soften your knees to earth or hold your high push-up. Either way will meet in downward facing dog. Upward facing, your knees lift, your elbows straighten. Downward facing dog, rolling over your toes, sending your hips up and back. In through nose. Out through mouth. Left leg extends towards the sky, inhale. Outside of your left foot or left hand, you step. Right knee softens down, find that lifted lizard, opening the hip. Maybe this time you think of reaching your heart a little higher. Keep pressing through your supporting hand, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Left foot heel toes through your midline. Turn your right toes under, lift your back leg. Open into that twisted crescent. Notice the left knee wants to cave out, keep drawing it in. Keep extending the right heel over the ball of toe. Both hands come down. High crescent pose, rise up. So all I want you to think about is your right hip flexor. When you soften the back knee down, you get a little lower. As you press up, it gets a stretch. Inhale to lower. Exhale, press. Good, one more time. Beautiful. Soften yourself down, open up into your warrior two. Back heel softens to the floor. Both arms reach out. Back hand finds that half bind. Reverse your warrior as you reach up and back. And exhale, cartwheel your hands. Keep your right hand down, left arm to the sky, twisted crescent. And we'll make our way into the modified Vashisthasana. So the right heel softens to the side, and you just heel toe that left foot about midway. Feeling supporting through both of your hands and that outer edge of your foot, lift your hips a little higher. And as you exhale, right hip drops all the way down, coming onto your seat as you twist. Ooh. Think about length. Rooting through your sit bones, lifting through your heart and your head. Right elbow outside or around your left knee. Left hand behind as you twist. 3 breaths here. Make sure your extended foot is active. The toes are flexing back towards your face. Take a deep breath in. And we'll come out the way we came in, untwisting our torso back through center. Sorry, I said left hand last time, but right hand's coming behind your hip, or I said right hand last time, and I meant left. Press it behind your hip, lift yourself up, turn yourself back through center. Left foot steps to the top of the mat, runner's lunge. Lengthen yourself forward, find yourself in your warrior 3. Planting through your back leg, lifting through your front arm. Keep dialing that back heel back. Good. One more breath in. And exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse to rise, breathe the sweep all the way up. And exhale, swan dive, press the walls away. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low push-up. Sweep your right leg to the sky. As you step forward, find tented fingers in your low lunge. We're gonna find that supported warrior 3 again, straightening the right leg, left leg lifting. Squeeze your inner thighs together as you find yourself in a Shiva squat. Left knee is gonna cross behind your right as you sink low. Press the heel away and extend as you breathe. Exhale, squeeze. Good, 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale, lengthen, hold here. Step back, find your high crescent. Good. Now the left knee comes down, you draw it in, press to the heel and press it back. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. This time as you lower, right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward, find your west side stretch. Really good. Spin open, find your warrior 2. Gentle warrior, inhale. And warrior 2. Gentle warrior, turn your right toes towards the side wall. And as you exhale, forward fold, take your toes in, your heels out as you hinge at your hips, your head hangs heavy. So you have the option to walk your hands underneath your shoulders towards the back of your room. You have the option to keep your hands right underneath your shoulders, prepping for any sort of inversion, headstand, handstand. Whatever you do, just see if you can bring more weight into your toes. Give your head a shake yes and no. Find a halfway lift as you breathe in. And exhale, walk your hands over to the right. Left knee softens down, right foot, heel toes all the way out. Find that lizard pose once again. Heart lifting. This time we're gonna take it into a quad stretch. So the left heel will lift. Reach back with the right hand, connect onto the ankle, shin. And just gazing over right shoulder. Sinking that left hip flexor a little lower. Good. Nice and slow release. Right toes, heel toe in. Left leg lifts or left knee lifts. Right arm reaches towards the sky. Twisted crescent. And exhale, both hands to the mat. Gaze your forward. Walk your hands out. You're going to take your warrior 3 into a balance. So your hands are just there as your support. As you begin to straighten your right leg, left leg lifts. And then you have the option to bring one hand to your heart. Maybe the other hand to your heart. Finding that T shape, shoulders drawn down and back. Take another breath in. Step to your Utkatasana chair pose, both feet meet at the top of your mat, hips are low, heart is high. Exhale, forward fold, release. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse to rise, breathe the sweep all the way up. Right hand grabs left wrist, take a side bend up and over to the right. Keep pressing through your left heel. Maybe your gaze reaches up towards the sky. Just notice if there's any tension in your shoulders and your jaw. You can come back through center, opposite side, left hand, right wrist, up and over to the left. Come back through center, press your palms towards the sky, give yourself a little back bend as you open your shoulders. And Swadhyana to fold. Half lift in breath. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, find your high plank. Lower down halfway. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Left leg breathes high. Step it forward, top of your mat. Low lizard, right knee down, lift and open into that hip. You have the option here for that second quad stretch. Reaching back, connecting to the right ankle. You can point your toe or flex your toe. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're not on your kneecap, you should be safe. Good. Back leg extends. Left toes come in about halfway. Right knee lifts and reach up and open into that twisted crescent. So you're gonna soften your back knee down here and find your way into your west side stretch, just reversing the way you came in. Right arms are reaching forward, left fingers reaching back. Find your high crescent pose, both arms reach up. And soften your right knee down to a bend. Good, and press away. Inhale, bend, and press away. One more time, lower, and press. Hands come to your heart space. Find your warrior three. So we're gonna take those Shiva squats this time with a floating hands if you can. If not, bring your hands down to the floor. I have a wall in front of me, so I have to back up a little bit, but find yourself in a nice even stance. Right leg crosses behind your left, and press it away. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Two more, breathe. Last time. Hold yourself here in your warrior three, lower that hip down, and step both feet to fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, chair pose, sitting low, arms reaching. Press to stand, hands come to heart. Exhale, hands down by your side, mountain pose. 2 rounds of breath. Bring both arms up to the sky. As you exhale, forward fold, release. Find that modified warrior three, right leg extending back. Just thinking about your hips. Sometimes it helps to take that left hand right onto your sacrum, press the heel back a little bit more. Good. Step the right foot to the back corner of the mat. Lift into your high crescent as you breathe in. And open up into your warrior two as you breathe out. Gentle warrior inhale. And warrior two, release. Gentle warrior, both arms reach up, turn your toes. Toes in, heels out. And taking that wide straddle second side. So this time you might take your hands behind your back, interlace knuckles drawing down. Lead with your heart and find a shoulder rinse. Knuckles reaching towards the sky, head hanging heavy. You can find any other variation. Hands around ankles. We're just gonna take 3 breaths here. For 2. Last one. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Find a halfway lift. Turn your heels in, your toes out. Begin to bend your knees in line with your pinky toes and lift your torso up, finding yourself in your goddess. So double bending your elbows, fingers are active, pressing towards the sky. As you inhale, press to stand, both arms reach up. As you exhale, double back, hold down as you bend. Good, inhale, breathe. Exhale, squat. Good for 3. Make sure you're pressing through your whole foot. 2. Last time. Allow yourself to hold here. Let your thighs wrap out towards the back of the room. One more breath in. Sink a little lower. Good. Star pose. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, warrior 2 to the top of the space. Reverse inhale. And take your flow, high to low push up. Right leg to the sky. And right foot steps outside of your right hand. Getting a little bit deeper into the hips. We're gonna come down onto our forearms this time for this lizard. So your right foot should be on the outer edge of your toe. Heels actually on your mat. Your toes are fanning off towards the floor. And maybe you come onto one forearm and the hand presses away. Or maybe you can square your hips off, but keep that knee tracking out and come onto 2 forearms. I still want your crown and heart reaching forward. That left hip is still softening towards the floor. Notice my back foot is turned under, but you can have the top of your foot pressing down if that's comfortable for you. It's just too much pressure on my knee, so I tend to find a little lightness through that back leg. Good, and just a little bit of mobility, movement through the hip. Walk the right foot in about halfway. Press back and find your half Hanumasana, half split, reaching the right toes towards the crown. Good, roll forward. You have the option to open that knee as you lift. And exhale, press back. One more time. Nice. This time as you roll forward, take that right foot all the way over to the side. Soften the shin down to the earth. Find an upward facing dog heart. Extend your back leg. And then slowly begin to lower into your pigeon. So flex through the supporting foot in the front. Top of the foot, the back leg is pressing as well. So there's activity through both sides. And you're drawing your hips towards the floor. Resisting any urge to want to pop out or get out of here. Good space to just practice into the breath. Good. Hands come underneath your heart. Turn your left toes under. Extend your right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. And find some hip circles, movement through that right side. If you like to flip your dog or find your wild thing, you can do that, flipping over onto your backside, finding the outer edge of foot ball of your right toes and reaching your right hand to the front of the room. We'll all meet in downward facing dog when we're ready. Left leg to the sky, inhale. And left foot steps outside. Coming down into that forearm variation of your lizard. Forearm to the mat. Hand can be either turned up towards the sky or wrapped down. All that does is just integrate your shoulder a little differently. A little bit more support as you reach back, or just working the muscles with your palm up. And releasing your lizard here. Walking the foot in about a quarter of the way, halfway, and pressing back into that half split variation, half Hanumasana. And you can roll it 2 more times, forward and back. I need that gardening mat for my knees. I can hear them cracking against the floor. And then finding yourself in your pigeon on your second side. Now, if pigeon in this front variation is not accessible to you, feel free to find figure 4 on your back, pigeon on your spine. And same thing on your shoulders, on your forearms, with your shoulders over your elbows, heart reaching, or maybe you can slide yourself down. It is a posture of surrendering. It's often time where we grip the most. And then hands walk underneath your shoulders. Right toes turn under. Extend up and back, 3-legged dog. And whatever you found on the first side, just try to mirror on the second. So if you flipped your dog or found a wild thing, offer that up. Good, roll forward into your high plank. And then soften your knees down into your tabletop. Extend your legs back behind you as you lower down onto your belly. Lowering all the way down onto your chest. So we'll work a little bit of back bending here. Taking locust pose, arms going down by your side, choose a cheek, either left or right. And just take 4 breaths to try to connect into your heartbeat. Try to locate it in the body. Just soften into it a little bit. And then bring your gaze back through center so your nose or forehead is pressing to the mat, maybe it's your chin. And draw your heels together and adjust anything you need. And then just begin to lift the feet. So you're still going to press through the hands. Your forehead or your nose is pressing to the floor. It's just your legs lifting. Notice if your low belly starts to release and get weak because you're taking too much of this in your low back. Counter that. Draw the low belly up and in. Allow the tailbone to lengthen. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lower down, switch your cheek. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet. And we'll take it adding a bit more. Legs go long, gaze comes back through center. Heels draw together, begin to lift through the feet. Keep the gaze down, keep the forehead down, keep the hands down. And then you begin to peel your forehead off the mat. Keep your hands pressing. So your gaze is towards the floor, the back of your neck is long, no wrinkles. You're pointing your toes or you have that half point, half flex going on. And feel the shake through your legs for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Turn your toes under. Press your heels away and just shift your hips from side to side. This last locust here is going to be a full expression. Legs extend long, gaze is down. We'll start with the feet. Lift the feet, draw the low belly up, imagine a marble right at your navel. And then begin to flow your heart from the floor, pressing your crown towards the front of the room. And then the last piece is the arms. A lot less effort happening through the hands as the fingers reach to the back of the room. You might bind your hands together, taking this up a notch. Breathe for 3. There should be movement if there's breath. 2. Last one. And everything releases. Your favorite cheek, your favorite variation, either windshield wipering your feet. Extend your legs long. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press up into your tabletop pose. Send your knees wide and extend back into your child's. Back into your table, lifting your heart. Swing your heels around, come onto your seat. And we'll very slowly lower onto our back. If you have a block that you'd like to take for your legs up the wall, you can find that. You need to lower yourself down, it doesn't matter how you get there. You take your right leg in towards your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Left leg is long and active along the mat. And then lift the right knee right over your hip. So your hands pressing on the top of the knee. Draw your elbow in. Let your back body be soft. Your core is active. And just open the right knee like a door, letting the right outer knee soften to the floor. Notice as that left hip lifts. Allow yourself to soften. Maybe the hand has to hold underneath the knee. For 3. 2. And spinal twist, right leg with the assistance of your hand, up and over to the left side. Right arm out like a wing. Knees over your right shoulder. You might bend the left sole of foot or the left knee, reach down with the right hand and connect. Getting another quad stretch here. Still wanting both shoulders to be flat to the floor. You're gonna coming back through center. Slowly releasing the bind if you caught it with the left foot, right hand. Breathe yourself back up through center. Switch your knees, take your time. It might be nice to bring both knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. Left knee stays, right leg long. Draw it in to begin. And then stack knee right over hip to open it up. And breathing into the tension of the inner thigh. So rather than holding the breath because it feels like it's a little strained or a little tight, find your exhales. Left hand outside of left knee, up and over to the right side. Taking your spinal twist, if you found that bind with the hand and the ankle on the first side, you can bring it back. Any variation of this spinal twist that feels good for you. Then coming back through center. Releasing the bind, if you took it. And bringing yourself back, bring both soles of the feet to the floor. Bring your soles of the feet together and let your knees splay out. Left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. And both hands outside your knees. Draw your knees into your chest for a final squeeze before we find legs up the wall. If there's any other posture that you'd like to take, now is the time to do it. If not, either finding a block or just a wall space somewhere in your home. Sliding a blanket, pillow, bolster underneath the feet and letting the feet float to the sky. You can stay lifted in the shape for as long as you would like. And when you're ready, slowly begin to lower one foot at a time towards the floor. Removing any bolster or prop from underneath you. Extending your legs out long. Today's reading is from the Book of Awakening, Being Shaped by Others, April 7th. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up. Open mouth, release. Shavasana. The whole world could praise him, and it wouldn't make him exert himself. The whole world could condemn him, and it wouldn't make him mope. He drew a clear line between the internal and the external. These words were spoken by Chuang Tzu in the 4th century BCE. I read them 15 years ago and taped them to my closet so I could be reminded not to let the opinions of others shape me. I have changed a great deal since then. What I do, where I live, who I am. Many things have come and gone. The closet in which the words were taped is holding someone else's clothes. But the words are in my heart, though I still struggle not to be shaped by what others think. This is at once the clearest of spiritual intents, and yet the hardest to stay true. How to stay open to what others feel and not to what they think. We cannot live without being affected by others, but we are only real when we let the truth and love shape us from within. Our want to be liked, our want to avoid conflict, and our want to be understood. All of these traits tease us away from taking the voice within seriously. Though the earth is touched by everything alive, it never stops turning around the fire at its center. And though we are touched by the stories of strangers, in far-off songs of birds lost in the wind, we find our way by following the Spirit's voice at our center. Too much is lost in waiting for someone else to tell us what moves us is real. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bringing subtle movement back into the body, wiggling the toes and the fingers. Both arms extend overhead, a full body stretch. And as you exhale, knees into your chest, a tight squeeze. A moment for gratitude. Left or right side, fetal posture, as the head rests in the nook of the arm. And pressing yourself up into an easy seat. Hands will rest at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Bringing thumbs to our foreheads, where the light in me honors, respects, and witnesses the same divine light that